Guys, welcome back to Junior for Life. Today we're going to be sharing about 6 habits you should have to achieve greatness. In today's video, we're not only telling you how to achieve greatness, but we're also telling you how to be a positive person, having the right mindset of a right leader. We want your level of effectiveness to be a scale from 1 to 10. We want it to be a 10. We don't want it to be a 1. So what I'm making this video not just for you guys to achieve greatness, but for you guys to have a positive attitude and a positive mindset. So in today's video, we're just going to be sharing about 6 habits you should have to achieve greatness. Now, what do I mean by achieving greatness? What I mean by achieving greatness, I want you to be successful. I don't want you to be like you tried your best and then there's so much hospitals I want to go back. No, we want you to achieve greatness. So if you guys are ready for this video, let's get into it. So step number one. Step number one is add value to people. Yeah. When you wake up in the morning, ask yourself, what can I do something to make someone's day? And then you go like, I have an idea. Add value to people. See, that is how I prevent people from getting angry at me. That is how I prevent people from getting angry at me. First thing I do, add value to someone. What I mean, add value, make that person learn from you. Say, bro, that was amazing. I never knew that meant that. So that's the first step. The first step is adding value to someone. I mean, when you want to add value to someone, you gotta make sure the person gets actually into you. And then, say if you're talking about Albert Einstein, the famous scientist, if you talk about it properly with the right tone, the right voice, the right attitude, then your world will be right. When I mean your world will be right, that person will be willing to listen to you. While if you want to add value to someone with a wrong tone, breaking a plate, breaking a glass, and then it goes like, oh bro, you're really annoying me. And then, yeah. So that's why we want to add value to people. Not only add value to people, we want to actually add value to them positively, not negatively. So that's the first step. So every time when you guys wake up in the morning, the first thing I want you to do to ask yourself that, what can I do to make someone's day? And add value to the person. I'm betting you 100%. If you do that really good, that person will be proud of you. Alright, so we're going to move on to step 2. Now, step number 2, think of ways to add value to people. How can we think of ways to add value to people? So, okay, you finished step 1. Step 1 was add value to people. You add value to people, and then now how you're trying to add value to the person. Now, how are you going to add value to it? That's the thing. How are you going to add value to it? Well, the steps that I can actually show you is the first step is be willing to add value to someone. Yeah, be willing to add value to someone, because that's the only way you'll be wanting to add value to someone. And number 2 is that have a desire to add value to someone. When you have a desire to add value to someone, you're going to add value to that person. You sound like you're going to say in words, well, I'm going to add value to someone at 5 o'clock, and then it's 10 past 5, and then you haven't added value to that person yet. That doesn't make any sense. So we just want you to kind of visualize how you're going to do it. Because when you say something, it's not like you're just going to achieve it like magically. We don't want that to happen, because if you achieve magically, you're not going to check the results. You're not going to check how he did it. You're not going to try to improve better. You're just going to say, oh man, I'm just so good at this. So we just want you to have a imagination in your mind, thinking that how can I add value to people? So those are the steps. So have a desire to add value to people. Be willing to add value to people as well. So those are the steps that you should have. And if you guys apply those steps, then you're going to be a totally different person at the end of this video. So now we're going to move on to step number 3. Look for ways to add value to people. Yeah, look for ways to add value to people. It's kind of the same thing on number 2, but just a slightly a bit different. Look for ways to add value to people. You see, I can't just wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to add value to people. I'm going to add value to someone this morning, right now, right here, at this second. And then you just rush to him at the speed of light and then go add value to the person. No, you got to have a plan. That's the thing. You got to have a plan. You see, people like to have like people like to think of dreams. Think of dreams. Having a dream is free. It's totally free. No one can prevent you from having a dream. I mean, if you want to have a dream, then yes, that's free. It's good. You can take it no matter what. Now, the step that most people get trapped in is when you're gonna have to pay the price. And that's why I want you to look for a way to add value to people, to pay the price. What are you gonna pay the price to find like a subject and add value to that person? Many people would say that, man, this is too hard, man. I can't face this obstacle. I'm just gonna return back to my old habit. No, we don't want you to do that. You see, when it says look for ways to add value to people, this is forcing you to think. It's forcing you to think that if I do this is the right thing, is this person going to be really interested? How am I going to make the person really interested? So that's what we're going to have to ask ourselves. So look for ways to add value to people is certainly very good one for you guys to apply. And now we move on to step number 4. I do things that add value to people. You see, adding value to people is not just about talking all day long. No, it's not. I mean, you're gonna have to prove something. You're gonna have to prove. That's not how it works in court. You cannot just say something happened and then you don't have a video footage of it. No. So the same thing applies there. So what we want to do, I do things that add value to people. When it means that I do things that add value to people, you see. Let's say tying your laces. Yes, tying your laces. And then if you're adding value to people by just tying your laces properly without them falling apart, that's adding value. You just have add value to someone. You see, or even just correcting someone that we don't say we do not spell did D-I-D-E. We spell did D-I-D. I mean, you have added value to someone because he has learned that we do not spell did D-I-D-E. We spell did D-I-D. That's the correct way. You see, you add value to the person. And when you add value to that person will gonna feel good all for the rest of his life. So that's why it's very important. You should ask yourself, do I do things that add value to people? That's the question you should ask. Once you figure out the question, put it into action. And then you're gonna be totally very, very successful person in life. So step number 5. I encourage people to add value to people. I encourage others to add value to people. You see, when you want to encourage others, it's like, let me go dig deeper into this. So, when it says I encourage people to add value to people, this basically means that you have a follower right there next to you. Then you're teaching him how to be a very positive person. And let's say he really understood what being positive meant. He knew that being positive is having a good attitude, having the right mindset, doing the right choices, making the right decisions. Then that will move on, passing on to the next generation. And then he's going to tell his friend that, oh, I learned that being positive, you have to have right choices, right decisions, put a smile on your face every single time, and then and then it just duplicates and duplicates and duplicates. That's why I encourage others. When you encourage others, you say like, no, this is not how we do it. Being a positive person, you should have the right mindset, right choices, and be willing to add value to others. I mean, that's what you should say to one of your followers. So if you have one follower that does not really seem to have the right attitude, go and coach him and say, and then encourage him to add value to other people. So encourage him to add value to his other friends that he has, and then everyone in the world will be a positive person if you can do that one thing for me. So step number 5 is all about encouraging people to add value to people. So every time when you do something, ask yourself that, have I encouraged this person to add value to someone? Well, when you finish doing your teaching, ask yourself the question, have I really encouraged adding value to that person so that you can add value to his other friends? Ask yourself that question. And when you figure that out, no matter if you haven't done it properly or if you have done it properly, start to think of other ways how you can really interact with the person, get him into you, and then that's how he's going to encourage his other friends to be a very positive person. Now we're going to be moving on to step number 6. Step number 6 is live a life that matters. Now, what do we mean by live a life that matters? Living a life that matters is that having a purpose for living on earth. Having a purpose. I mean, I want to ask you this question. I want you to comment down below that. What is your purpose? What is your purpose? I want you guys to actually answer that question. What is your purpose? Why are you on earth? Why are you... What do you do for a living? What is your mission on earth? You see, if I ask John T. Marshall, what was his mission on earth? He's going to say that my mission on earth was to add value to others. And I can guarantee you that. If you go ask him right now, he's going to say my mission was to add a value to people on earth. So that's why every time ask your question, what is my purpose on earth? Do I live a life that matters? And if you live a life that matters, then great. You're going to be a successful person. If you apply all these steps, from 1 to 6, if you apply all of these, you're never ever going to go back to your old habit of being a negative person. And I can guarantee you that. So, make sure you guys apply these steps, apply them into your life, and add value to some other people who are friends with or their siblings. And they will be a totally different person too. So, I hope you guys really learned about 6 habits you should have to achieve greatness. I really hope you guys have learned a lot from this video. So if you guys are learning a lot, comment down below. Comment down below in the comment section if you ask questions that you don't understand in this video. And other than that, thank you guys for watching this video. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys hit the like button and hit the bell to get notified every single time when I publish a video. Now, thank you guys for watching, and Seeking for Life out.